Well, this evening conditions are much quieter out there. Now, that's not going to last all night, but right now we just have some light showers kind of dotting the area, especially along I-44. Now, along I-44, that's where the worst of this episode of severe weather occurred. We had a line of severe storms that moved out of northeast Oklahoma and southeast Kansas, and that line of severe storms wasn't very long, but that portion of it really packed a punch with damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes all the way up I-44 into the Springfield area. It looked like the line, as it kind of bowed out across Greene County, I think that was when it was at maximum intensity. That's when we had that recorded wind gust of 91 miles per hour out of the airport. And then that line continued right up I-44, south of the St. Louis area, still generating pockets of wind damage. And then as it met up with more instability further east, it really started to generate pockets of wind damage across Illinois, Indiana, and into Ohio. So I think when we go back and we look at this thing, I think we're probably going to classify this as a derecho, a type of derecho. Now this evening we look west and we find showers here across northern Oklahoma, southern Kansas. We're going to find this nosing into southwest Missouri as we work into the late evening time frame. But notice the severe weather to the southwest of Oklahoma City. I think that's going to try to track northeast. Are we going to see another big wave of severe weather? I don't know that that's going to be the case. The waves of rain that we've had today have worked over the atmosphere, and a lot of the punch has been taken out of the atmosphere. We have an outflow boundary which is pushed all the way into central Arkansas, and I think it's going to be areas closer to that boundary where we find more instability, where yes, there could be a threat of severe weather after midnight tonight. It's possible that we could see instability levels build up just enough closer to the state line and maybe even nosing up I-49 into McDonald County. This is an area where I think that there's still a low risk for severe weather with that next wave that comes through after midnight. This would be probably, maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when it arrives, continuing through, say, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning as it crosses the area. Wind is going to be the primary mode of severe weather. There could be some isolated hail in there, and I think areas closer to that boundary where there's going to be a bit more instability, I think that's where there could be a limited tornado threat as well. Now tomorrow, that wave moves out early. Frontal boundary tries to lift to the north, and it looks like most of the area is going to get into the warm sector. And we're going to see another wave of rain and thunderstorms developing and spreading across areas, especially along and south of I-44. And yes, it will come with a risk of wind, possibly some hail, and also at least a low risk of tornadoes. I think if instability levels are a bit higher than currently forecast and there's a bit more wind energy than currently forecast, then yes, we probably would find tornadoes with that wave tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. Looking at our hour-by-hour forecast, this is midnight tonight, looking west, watching rain and thunderstorms spreading in from the west. By 3 o'clock in the morning, it's into southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. And again, it's areas I think closer to and south of the state line. This zone in here where I would watch for maybe a low risk of severe weather with this complex of rain and thunderstorms. That moves out, we get a break later in the morning, and then here comes the next wave of rain and thunderstorms. And notice how it really focuses in areas along and south of I-44. Now, that wave moves out. We're still going to have another wave of widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, I think, that'll be possible on Thursday. Can't rule out an isolated severe storm or two with that activity. Additional showers still possible Friday, mainly in the afternoon. But Mike, it looks like we finally get out of this stormy pattern just in time for the weekend. The weekend looks quiet, it looks dry. Temperatures look a little chilly at night, but the afternoons look comfortably warm.
I know a lot of folks have been concerned about the storms because the Office of Emergency Management in Greene County is saying because of the power outages, some sirens aren't working. So folks want to know, what's going to happen tonight, but that kind of gives us
And that definitely would be a concern either later tonight or especially tomorrow afternoon when I think we could see severe weather back in the Springfield area.
All right, thank you, Jamie. And of course,